weather woman. All right, hey, good morning, everybody. We're jamming to reggae today. Reggae kind of day. What's up? Let me get my chat going. Make sure we're even on. I haven't even checked yet. What's up, Mike? Yep, I see our crew. What's up, Whitney? Katie? Yep. All the. What's up, Casper? Casper got his big sleep after 2 weeks of tracking Isaiah. Crazy. Louis is starting to know the drill, I swear. So I looked up and he was sitting by the door. I get up and make the coffee as the song's playing, and he stands right here. He knows. He knows he's on TV. Look. It's his moment. He's a superstar, and he knows it, right? He loves the camera. Hey, Timothy. What's up, buddy? James. Hey, Betty. Hey, Kristen. And what's up? Derek West. Louisa. Thomas King. What's cooking, Whitney? We're in a little lull here, so we're going to be chilling out a little bit, talking about a couple things. We're going to go over, hey, Lindsay. We're going to be going over the CSU updated tropics outlook from yesterday. Noah's got one coming out today. Can you wave? Let's try. You know the deal. We got to wave. Got to wave. Got to wave, Louis. Come on. All right. So, hey, Regina, how you doing? Thanks for being a supporter there. Gunner. Had some crazy weather up in Charleston yesterday. Fort Myers had a daily rain record yesterday morning from our coastal rains. Hey, Rich Hall. How's it going, buddy? All right, now it's Hunter's turn. He's looking up at me. He's like, what about that, Daddy? Hey, Ashley. There's our little boy Hunter. I don't know if he's got any bigger or not. When we got him. Julie, how long have we had him now? 3 months. So he's what?
2 months?
He's 11 weeks. How?
Almost 4 months old.
He's 4 months old.
On the 13th.
4 months old. Hey, Brittany, thank you. So there's our boy, 4 months old. You all named him Hunter, Hurricane Hunter.
You figure our buddy Drew has one that's 4 months old, and he's 15 pounds.
Yeah, he's only.
Hunter's about 4.
We have a friend that got a Frenchie the same time we did, and he's 15 pounds already. The same as Louis has now, almost two and a half years. Hunter's not going to be a big guy. He's a little Hunter. He's a little airplane. All right. He's getting a little bigger. He's stretching out a little bit. He's a little thinner around the waist. All right. We got some Conehead shirts. Rocking some Conehead shirts. Great. So I got excited today. We took the boat out last night. As you know, it was fun. We cruised the bay, went to Bahama Breeze. Took a chance because the rains were building all around us. And I waited out a shower around 3 o'clock, and they went inland. So as we do every show, things are slowed down a little bit. Getting ready for the next big storm. I know a lot of people probably aren't here because they got tired of tracking Isaiah. So we're in a little break right now, but things unfortunately look like they're going to peak up here towards our peak of season. I'm going to go over everything that Colorado State University went over yesterday. They upped their prediction numbers for the rest of the year. NOAA's coming out today with a new advisory. And obviously everybody believes they're going to raise their predictions for the rest of the season. So, September, October should be interesting. So we're going to enjoy this week off from the tropics. And, see what happens. All right, so as we always do, we always start the show thanking our Facebook Live morning sponsor, ABC Fine Wine Spirits, and they must be thinking of me because today, this is their picture 23 minutes ago. They must have knew we were going live. This was posted at 9:03 a.m. Eric Church, Jack Daniels bottle of whiskey. I love Eric Church, Talladega. I love all his songs. And I love Jack Daniels. And I love ABC. So, wow. So check out ABC. They're great sponsors of our website. Or Facebook Live. Facebook Live. I have lots to thank with those folks. We got some cool things coming. Hopefully things work out with more. So there you go. Another funny story yesterday I have to share real quick. We were on the water yesterday. And I said, one thing on my bucket list is a dolphin jumping in our wake. Lo and behold, we turn around. 2 dolphins started jumping in our wake. And the time I went and turned and got the camera, they stopped.
You were in the middle of your sentence saying what your
I know.
bucket list
I was
was.
like, I said, I feel it. We're going to get a dolphin jumping in the wake today. Then all of a sudden, this dolphin came out of nowhere, jumped in our wake, teased me because it's not on camera. If it's not on camera, it doesn't count. So that was a bummer. All right, so what we got weather-wise? Let's look at the weather short term. Check out the website. I took down all the Isaiah stuff, so say goodbye to Isaiah. We finally mastered the name. I didn't have to write me any notes. I didn't have to like Gonzalo. We didn't turn it into lasagna. So Isaiah is gone and left his mark. We have this little spot. I don't even know if they're tracking it anymore. It was Invest 94. I'm sure they haven't even 512. Yeah, there hasn't been an updated run on it. So I'll take that off. This is a little skinny dot out in the Atlantic. No biggie. 0% chance now. So 0% chance of this guy. Totally surrounded by dry air in the open Atlantic. Now when you hear about dry air, this is dry air. This is the upper level atmosphere. But look, completely surrounded by dry air out there. So very little convection. Even though we got convection over here, really no models are showing it. So that's good news. There is a little bit of long term. So we're going to talk about short term stuff. So we got storms today. We got a lot of viewing area here in the East Coast. So there's a chance today of some increased squall line, stormy weather. They got hit pretty hard yesterday. So not the joke. You never joke about weather, but folks in Charleston messaged on our private, our supporter page that they had more action yesterday than they did from Isaiah. So little storms today. Tomorrow, very nothing. Up north, the jet stream's pushing north right now. Nothing the next few days. So a great weekend ahead. Let's look at some long range. Let's look at some short range radar. Talk about the flow today. This is the next 16 hours. This is through today. So you can just kind of focus in on it. You can see, we'll zoom in a little bit. This is, oh, that's interesting. I can't get down to my bottom because we're on a different type of, there we go. Nah, won't let me do it. Bummer. We'll just zoom in about right there. Okay. That's a little better. So here's your flow today. If you're worried about the weather today, not a lot of it's not going to really, well, a little bit of lower Louisiana rain for Whitney. No rain in northern Alabama, Tony. I saw they moved our Talladega race up to October 2nd. I hope they let us camp. We canceled our Daytona camping trip because because of coronavirus, they had a lot of rules now. One of them was there, instead of us getting in on Tuesday night, now they make us go in on Thursday night. So that right there, 3 nights versus 5 nights, that's a lot of money to spend just to go for 3 nights. So that was a biggie. Hey, what's up, Mookie? Hey, Katie, Moji Girl, plugged in. You ready to go? No live tomorrow, Friday, TJF. And we always buy 3 spots at Daytona where you back in one and pull in the other one so you can face each other. Totally no way no more. Can't do that. You got to back in. We bought a 3rd spot so we could have room to spread out. We wanted, catch this out, we wanted to spread out our pool and chairs. We were, spread out This is before Corona. Now we have to back in, and everything's got to be contained to our site, no matter who's in your site. So now we can't spread out. So we're not going to that. Screw that. So hopefully we can go to Talladega, October. So here's the radar today. The flow in Florida is pretty much bubbling a little bit again from the north to the south. Slow movers. So not everybody's going to get it today, but when you do get it, they're not going to move fast and they're going to die out. So they're kind of a mingle pattern, still flowing upwards to where ECE was. We still have rains developing here on the East Coast. Nothing too organized. So today's rains are nothing. So that's today's radar. Not a lot cooking. Let's see. Long range here. Let's look at the Euro. See if there's any organized rain coming. I don't believe so. Just normal pattern for the next 5 days or so. We got a little Pacific tropical action later in the weekend. So usually, it's funny when there's a storm in Pacific. Usually Atlantic's slow. And then there, 10 days. Very, 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 very little. So I saw posted all around the internet. Even our real meteorologists had to turn off the hype machine because there was a bunch of people posting a GFS model that showed a storm coming up into the Gulf, and that's completely fictitious that far out. So if you saw that and you're coming here to worry about it, there's no model supporting that to really report on it. Now, I could go out on a limb and say the Gulf is going to get a Category 5 hurricane in the future. It will. One day, 1 year, 1 decade. But that GFS run was not even supported by hardly, I don't even think it had one ensemble. You got to get ensemble support in order to get even remotely start talking about. So no worries on that. So there's really nothing coming for the next 5 days. This is through Wednesday, so I don't see much to talk about as far as organized weather. Normal. There's that Pacific storm, so that's good. Things can change. Doesn't say it doesn't change. But, all right, we're going to get into that CSU Colorado State thing. Definitely. 11 o'clock today, NOAA comes out with their updated, yeah. Oh, Julie's heading, is it a Dunkin' kind of day or is it a Starbucks day?
I gave Sarah the option since the girls are still sleeping, and Sarah said Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A? All right, no coffee then. We're going to Chick-fil-A. So that means you got to sit around the drive-thru for two times around, right?
Pretty much.
So yeah, Julie had a funny Chick-fil-A story yesterday.
You're gonna have Chick-fil-A people yelling at you now.
No, I'm not gonna. Hey, I love. We spend more money at Chick-fil-A. My God,
We do.
we spend a lot of money at Chick-fil-A. That's what the kids love. They get. But Emily always gets a large fry, large drink. She goes up to get it. They bring her a medium drink. Well, Emily's going to softball practice. Emily needs a lot of Powerade. So Julie says, I asked for a Powerade. And the lady says, but they didn't charge you for it. It's not on the receipt. It says medium. And Julie says, I don't care. I said I wanted a large. She says, well, didn't the guy read it off to you? Like, whoa.
Now it's my fault.
You want to argue with me? Okay. Well, then she says, well, it's going to be a quarter more. Let me make a new receipt. So we held up another 10 people in line for a quarter as they gave us a drink holder and 8 sauces that we didn't need. That's
They'd stop giving out drink holders to every single person. They might save that quarter.
Say hi, Sarah. There's Sarah.
Hi.
There's Bobby.
We're going to hotel.
There's our girl Bobby. You're going to hotel. Did you comb your hair today?
Yeah.
Mommy did. It looks pretty good. You say hi?
Hi.
You gotta look right there. That's not you. Don't look at you. Look at the camera.
Hi.
Where are we going today?
Hotel.
Hotel. For what, Sissy softball?
Yeah.
All right. Go say bye-bye. So anyway, now I'm going to have Chick-fil-A people hate me, but that's, you know. So I saw a couple people post their new Louis mugs, so thank you guys and girls. Yeah, Chick-fil-A argued over a quarter, Stephanie. You believe that? A quarter. Boy, you don't need to get me fired up because, man, I'll snap on something stupid like that. Like, didn't he read it to you? Like, it's all of a sudden it's my fault. Anyway, all right. Well, Sarah's bringing us Hunter. I guess you want me to show Hunter? Okay, Sarah brought y'all Hunter. So there's Hunter. Sarah knows that you guys like to see the puppies. So there's Hunter. Hunter's so cool, man. I like how he sits in my hand like this. His little paws hang down. Look. He doesn't even fit in the camera. Look at that. Right? He looks big like here, right? He looks like a big dog. Then you put him next to me, he's like a little dog. And I hate small dogs. That's the joke. All right, let's look at all the models. We ramble on a lot because there's really no weather to talk about. But I'll be here rambling. We're going to Orlando tomorrow. So our goal this week was Julie took off a week of work, and we were going to Lake Lanier. Of course, you guys saw the pictures. They got hit by the storm that was leading up to Isaiah. Part of the campground was closed. The dock was closed. The beach was closed. We got very lucky on that. We would have been up there camping. So we have a tournament, and we're heading to the hotel tonight. So that was always in the plan. And I'm going to go get me some Eric Church Jack Daniels whiskey at ABC, Fine Wine and Spirits. Hey, Laurel heading to Orlando. Cool. Hey, Mary. Love the doggies. So my buddy Dusty, my artist, Dusty does all the artwork for my shirts and stuff. We're making, so our idea is a Hurricane Hunter type plane, prop plane, kind of World War II looking, but Hurricane Hunter plane because they're based out of Lakeland. We want to get the nose kind of coming at you like the front 3D, like the nose, and on the nose we're going to have Hunter's face like the old World War II planes, like Miss Piggy. And then we're going to have the plane, and it's going to say Hurricane Hunter, kind of blown like wind. And then underneath the Hunter, it's going to be an outline of like the southeast with some palm trees maybe, and a couple hurricane flags flying, 3-dimensional. So it would look cool for a beer label. Hint, hint. So there you go. All right. So look at all the models. Let's take a look. So the only thing showing up I need to mention is next week. I kind of teased it yesterday, but next week we could have a little bit of low pressure here starting to come off of Africa that we start watching. It's bound to happen soon enough. Euro's been really good about it, showing it. Not a lot of stress, not a lot of support, but our MJO pattern that we've been watching for the next week, middle August, we keep showing this. Middle August, things are pretty negative. But towards the end of August, things start getting a little bit more conductive for development, and that's a big factor in early season. The MJO doesn't seem to be a bigger factor later in the season, but it definitely seems like it influences things early in the season. So we'll be watching for that towards the middle end of August. That's when things really get, and unfortunately, middle of September here, we're supposed to be in a peak MJO pattern, and that aids to everything else that's working for the tropics right now. So there you go. Don't worry, Monica. Wavy ways, Whitney. Yep. Try to read. Hey, Chrissy. Good question. Yep. Right now, this time of year, we get a strong Atlantic high. It's just normal. They call it the Bermuda high. Pretty cool, fascinating stuff, right? The Bermuda high is just a large high-pressure dome over the Atlantic. And generally, a stronger high-pressure blows systems more into the Caribbean, into the United States. And really, realistically, the Isaiah, we talked about, we had this front coming down. There was always this weakness. The weakness opened up a hole. Isaiah pulled north. High pressure built back in around it, right here. High pressure built back around it and pushed it into the Carolinas, and then upwards into north New England. So high pressure was responsible for why Sandy got a storm that turned into the coast versus out to sea. It's all timing with high pressures and low pressures. And from day one, when we were talking about this, I mean, we were talking about this wave way over here when ECU was way over here. We were talking about long range modeling and how it would all depend on this high pressure when it was going to build back in, and that's always the case. High pressure pushed Irma a little bit farther to the west. High pressure blocked Florence from going out to sea. Florence came off, hit a high pressure, came across, went north, hit a high pressure. It just kind of bounced its way, and then it bounced low again. So high pressures block our curvature of storms northward, and it's so fascinating to watch because, long range modeling, you really can't predict the exact timing of how strong this trough is going to be. Stronger trough opens a bigger door, bigger hole, bigger turn. Weaker trough, like what happened with Isaiah, less opening. It was a little bit of opening to begin with, pulled our system up, then it sealed off, high pressure built back in, and our system went north because it had nowhere to go. Luckily, the high pressure didn't build above it, and it just kept on going north. Otherwise, we would have flooding. That's what happened with Harvey. High pressure blocked in over the north, high pressure to the south. We had high pressure there was absolutely nowhere for Harvey to go, and just sat and stalled for days. So I always compare them like magnets. Low pressure, high pressure are like two magnets, opposing magnets, and low pressures can't penetrate a high pressure. So you get this, magnets can't touch each other. It's fascinating, but it's exactly the same thing. Storms have a natural pull to the north. When there's an opening, they make a run for it. When there's not, they bounce off and they kind of just find a weakness. Sometimes they hover around. Pinball machine. Yep. Tommy, the Doors. Somebody asked what the MJO is. I can't even say it right. So we're gonna Madeline Julian Oscillation. There it is. Or Madden. Just think of John Madden. I always get to Julian. I should know Julian. Now I know it. I never really cared to learn it. Honestly, I just called it MJO. MJO. Hey, Josh, let's see. The Euro, I think, was pretty bad. Looking back, let's see. Actually, the HMON and HWARF were phenomenal. Again, they're more short-range models. I think the Canadian didn't do good. The Canadian had it going into Florida. I think the GFS did the best, honestly. If you were going to pick the top 5, like global models, the GFS I think was the most consistent, keeping it off the shore more than others, because the UK, the GFS was into Florida, Euro was into the Gulf a few times. The Navy did great, Michelle. You're right. The Navy was like the one everybody laughed at. My buddy Ricky that lives up there in Carolina, close to the Outer Banks, said that they were all sharing a NAM model a week out, and guess what? It ended up. That's why you got to look at all the models. HWARF was really good, Tom. Yes, that was. I think the HWARF and HMON did really good with intensity too with Hannah. So that's good. I think I should keep a notebook, just kind of like keeping up with tracks, All right, so back to this. Let's go to So it's not this wave that the Euro's showing. By the way, the Euro's showing another one coming off. This wave's just a juicy wave. Nothing too stressful. But here's your European ensembles. This kind of gives you an idea of the same pattern. Nothing showing up huge. This is 7 days out. So 7 days out, very little model support yet. So that's how we we start. Look at this in the Gulf, nothing. So if you're worried about that Gulf system, the Euro's not saying there's any chance at all. Not to say it can't happen, just that right now, very low chances. But here's 7 days out, 10 days out, a little bit more support. See that? Little bit more support. 12 days out, 15 days out. So 15 days yesterday, we actually had a lot of storms. But that, you can't go all in on one model. Now look over here. This is that storm we're talking about. The Pacific definitely getting fired up. But as far as long range on the Euro, remember, anything that comes off Africa north of the Cape Verde Islands usually curves. Usually. The ones you got to worry the most about, usually 10 to 15 degrees down here. They're the ones that low rider, and then they break off. So that, But right now, nothing. So we go to, don't say nothing. Never say never in the tropics. And then the GFS, long range. Here's your 7-day. Look at that. GFS ensembles, nothing in the Gulf. Even though you get that one run, ensembles are not showing it. So 10 days, little bitty support. Maybe something up here. 15 days, everything fizzles out. So whether or not the MJO is right or not, we're looking at a week or two, hopefully, of nothing. Hey, Stephanie, good point. The Central American gyre. Yes, that happens. You can see it sometimes on Levi's site here when we just have a general low pressure. Now that's kind of where the Pacific storms. So here's my theory on what was happening with this. All right. So here's the GFS again. So interesting to note, the 06C GFS still showing some sort of system out here. This is 352 hours out. That's way too far. But when you don't even have one ensemble showing that. But what that's showing you is this. Juicy low pressure possibly starting to develop. And now this coincides with our MJO pattern switching to positive. So the models might just be saying, all right, things are getting juicy. Low pressure is going to start coming back. That's when we can have something. So back to the Euro. So that, when you look at all the ensembles, I showed this yesterday, Friday, Saturday, next week. If we were to get anything, it'd be the end of next week, nearing the islands. Talked about that yesterday, talked about that today. So midweek next week, maybe a little something here. Midweek next week, if it was to materialize, the islands would get a little bit of rain towards the end of the week, next week, Friday, Saturday. Timing's still on. And then, starting to develop a little bit 10 days out. Now it's starting to pull up, but look at this high pressure. This is where you start to say, okay, let's say the Euro's right. All right, well, what's happening upstairs? Well, upstairs we have system, high pressure. System gets in front of that high pressure, guess what? We get a curve. System's below this high pressure, guess what? We get a westward movement. So you already start to see things, looking ahead. But these are just things you just casually think about. You don't really freak out about it. So, all right. So let's go back to what happened yesterday. So yesterday. All right. So this came out yesterday. All right. Hey, you said come say hi. Hey, what's up, Todd Phillips? Hi. Hey, hi. You can say hi to everybody. Hey, Carmen, Disney weather looks fine. Normal. This time of year, you're going to get a shower. There's no doubt. There's going to be a shower somewhere, sometime, someplace. Like yesterday, I made a joke. Okay, this is so Florida. Let me go to my page, and then we'll talk about the tropics. So yesterday, I made a joke. I posted. Here's my Facebook page. So I put a post out. Whoops, right here. So this is Florida right here. So 3 o'clock, storms, thunder, lightning, water spouts. Right? 15 minutes later, I'm at the tiki bar. We're on the water. Let me show you a better picture. I don't know why it didn't show up, actually. There it is right here. So 15 minutes later, we're on the water, Upper Bay. So that's how Florida is. Whoever asking about Disney, if it rain's a good thing because cools things down, brings the humidity up, but at the time it brings cools things up. But but it's this time of year you look for patterns in any systems, installed fronts, and there's no pattern right now that's going to support a washout by any means. That's what this time of year you worry about. Any sort of low pressure front, tropical, but this weekend's pretty lame. There's really nothing. So everybody enjoy it. We have a little break. In fact, I got some cool maps here. This is 3 days out. This is up till Saturday morning, but you can see there's really nothing. So there you go. Hey, Joel. Yep, we got softball. Yep, Emily had a no-hitter last weekend. I was so excited. Doing it again this weekend. All right, so here's the scoop. This came out yesterday. Colorado State University updates their predictions a few times a season. NOAA comes out with theirs today. So that's right, Kristen. That's my Kenny Chesney flag. Oh, and the other thing I got to show, which is pretty cool, I was pretty excited about, was the so I was going back to, I went out on the water waiting on Julie because we had some friends go out. So I just took the boat out. But look, check this out. Pence was in town, and I got to see the vice president parade from the boat. I was like literally 20 feet from the Courtney Campbell and got to see that. That was the coolest thing ever. Just to see the causeway shut down, the motorcade, it was crazy. It was like I was like just sitting there. I'm like, what the heck's going on? No more Hunter. You hold Hunter. All right, so here's the deal. All right, so we're only going to talk about this and then I'll be done because I'll ramble on too much. Colorado State University updated their numbers yesterday, and of course they went higher. They already including the 9 names that we got. I think we got 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. Already including our 9 named storms. And technically we had Tropical Depression 10 already. Tropical Depression 10 was off by Cape Verde. So I don't know if that means we'll go to 11 or not, honestly. Bobby? Is it named storms? So Tropical Depression 10, will our next system be 10 again? I don't know. And there's Shelly. What's up, Shelly? So Shelly's been working on our little supporter chat room. We're getting things ready for the next big storm because this is the way, man. This is the way it works. Like when we're in storm mode, man, we get thousands of people. Everybody's amped up. Now that we're in a lull, things are very low. Nobody wants to talk weather. I'm surprised we got people in here to tell you the truth, but we do. We love you guys. You guys are my MWPs. That's the new thing. We're gonna promote that somehow. Let me get a piece of paper. Look, no, I'll just write on this one. So I thought it'd be cool to start hashtagging because that's the new world we're in. Hashtag. So MWPs. I think it looks cool as hell right there. See, MWPs. That is Mike Weatherpage supporters. But when you say it, it's catchy. You're my MWPs. So anyway, so Shelly's been working on the website or the chat room and trying to keep that going. And one of the million perks of being a supporter on Facebook. We're going to create the coolest weather community on the planet to get information and no BS weather stuff. So hopefully. So anyway, I kept these numbers up here so you can look at them. So that they raised the numbers 24 now, including what we already got. So if that's the case, 24 including what we got, we're going to be in the Greek alphabet. That means that we're going to be 3 names deep into the Greek alphabet. So that's technically means we're going to be into alpha, beta, gamma. Technically, according to that forecast. So we can all wear our Greek underwear like they do in the frat houses. And let's see what a Greek alpha frat house college. Let's see if there's any cool stuff. I already see a couple. Let's see what funny stuff we got. Hopefully there's clothes on it. I probably should wait and make sure there's nothing because I have safe filters on. So we're gonna have our Greek frat house parties. Alpha, beta. I'll have to find some funny stuff. But anyway, 24 days or 24 names. The only other note out of this is he's still predicting 5 major hurricanes. All right, we haven't had one yet, so that's a little kind of scary. Hopefully hopefully these all go off out to sea. Doesn't mean we're gonna get hit. It just means there could be 5 major hurricanes. So let's hope not. But anyway, that's about as busy of a season you'll ever see, ever. Only one other time in the history of, or up recorded history, is 2005, I believe, is when we went into the Greek alphabet. So it's a little tidbit. Party at my house, Misha. Yep. We'll go to ABC. We'll flock ABC, and we'll. But I don't do very good weather reports after I've been drinking. I loved. So they closed our local Applebee's, which I hate. My tradition was Buffalo Wild Wings maybe. Now that we have Corona, everything shuts down anyways. But I would love tracking. So I would during the big storms, we would watch them all day together. I would post the 11 o'clock advisory. Then I'd usually wait till the GFS, and then I would go get dinner at like midnight, 12:30, and get a beer, have some dinner. And we would watch the Euro at 1:30, and Applebee's was still open until 2, so I could post the latest Euro. I could eat and have a beer, and then so we have all the latest, and then we would all get like 4 hours sleep. We'd wake up for the 5 o'clock advisory, and then at 6 we get the new GFS, and then we that's how we track these things, man. It's a strange addiction, no doubt. So some of the factors. Now he has a lot of graphics on here. One of the biggest factors is the El Nino, La Nino that you hear so much about. We're expected to be in at least a neutral pattern, possibly La Nina pattern, no El Nino pattern. So when we're in an El Nino pattern, the Pacific waters are warm. Pacific waters are warm during El Nino, creating a lot of shear over the Atlantic. But because the Pacific's cooling down, the chances of that's not happening, and we're chances of a La Nina pattern, and this is your satellite imagery showing sea surface temperature anomalies, showing you how the Pacific's cooling down. That just generally creates less shear over the Atlantic. So that's one factor. In fact, here's a graph showing the chances of El Nino. This is October, so very, 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 like 5% chance. La Nina forecast is now almost above 50%. So we have a greater chance for La Nina than we have neutral going into October. So unfortunately, we could be tracking, and there's a lot of famous hurricanes for the wrong reasons in October. So this season is not going to end anytime soon. All right, other factors, vertical shear. MJO patterns, everything that, here's a vertical wind shear where we're at. Amount of shear in the upper atmosphere. But here's your mean average black vertical shear. And here's where we are right now. Brown vertical shear dipping. Green 2005. So we're right on par. You have less vertical shear, you have less instability. And here's another great graphic showing you that vertical wind shear anomaly already. Up to this point, it's dropping. So, and then the last factor, which we talked a lot about a couple months ago, and it's still continuing, is the amount of rain over Africa. And this is through July 31st, so the rain average is still increased in Africa. What that means is that this moisture will be plopping off over the Atlantic. Dust is never a big deal, will come later in the season. So all the rainfall anomalies are showing that we could have waves popping off of Africa soon enough. So there you go. I mean, whether it happens or not, yet to be seen. But that was the big news yesterday. ACE has accumulated cyclone energy. Yep. Gender reveal. Mirtha, that's great. The next storm on the list is Josephine, and we can all say that one. We can nickname her JoJo. That was one of Emily's coaches, JoJo. JoJo lost her mojo. Got to work, Natalie. That sucks. New cleaning lady, Dawn. That's what I need for Julie. Well, now that we don't have Rusty anymore, we don't have the hair problem. My God, Rusty was like a hair producer times 10. I don't know how dogs can produce So much hair. Hey, what's up, Brax? I saw your jellyfish, by the way. And hey, whoever sent us that $50 Hooters from Lubbock, Texas, thank you very much. They closed it over there. The Hooters was closed at Cocoa, so me and Phil are going maybe this weekend. So Lou is making some noise. All right, well, I'm just gonna read comments. That's about it. The weather, weather today is pretty blah. Good news, right? Not a lot cooking. Let's put the radar on and we'll leave it at that. So I guess what's coming out today, we got a little flooding going on still. Look at that. Flash flood watches up in effect for, this is the area that was highlighted by SPC in green. This is some pretty heavy rains off Jersey. Man, some of the trees down though in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Delaware, that whole area, man, got hit hard with Isaiah. I'm gonna miss saying the name, to be honest. It's kind of sad. All right, let's Fur Factories. Blah is now good, Amy. Yes, blah is always good. We'll be cranking. So again, if you're a Facebook supporter, we have this cool little chat room. I don't know how you get to it, but you'll figure it out. It's under community, and Shelly has been upgrading a lot of stuff in here. So we have these units that have specific discussions, storm essentials, general topic terms, storm preparedness, new members. And then we even broke it down into, oh, I got coffee. You got me coffee. Guys, this means I can't take a nap. Julie got me bacon. What is this? Is this bacon? Ah, bacon. No, that's not bacon. That's bacon. Got me a bag of bacon. They put a bag of bacon in a bag. There's cost effectiveness. Well, that's cool. It means I got to work a little bit now because now I got bacon. Bacon and coffee. So anyway, check it out if you're a supporter. Right now we're not getting a lot of hype because everybody's stormed out, but she's working on it. You guys are making it great again. So thank you, because I can't keep up. It was great when it was only about 20 people in there, and then it got big and I couldn't keep up with it. So she's going to make it the most awesomest place on the planet for weather. Yeah, Joe, let's look at that. We had tornadoes out the yin-yang. Unfortunately, a couple EF, more than EF0. We had EF3 Carolina, obviously. I shared that yesterday. But the Storm Prediction Center now assessing. They send out their teams to get confirmed damage reports before they officially release, data. But yesterday, good news. We didn't have any yesterday. But the 4th, we had some still yesterday. No, that was 2 days ago. This is the 5th. Today's the 4th. I was like, what the hell yesterday? So we had, here's your tornado reports. On the 4th, so that was what, Tuesday? When was the 4th? Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. So here's your Tuesday reports, the 4th. A few of them. Monday, 24. 24 tornadoes official. South Carolina up into landfall. But then there, look at that path. So as our system made landfall, we actually had more tornadoes northward on the east side. Here's our path, went straight like that. The east side of the eye wall, the strong side. We had a lot of tornadoes, Virginia, Maryland, Delaware. And we had a couple, obviously, ahead of the storm, but that was the big day. That was landfall day. 24 tornadoes confirmed. And you can read the comments section and see, EF1, EF1, EF0. A lot of EF1s. So 104 mile an hour wind, 104 mile an hour wind, water spout. So anyway, all right. Cool beans. All right, 10 o'clock, talked an hour. It's all good. So weather, you know, we're good. We're going to wait. So 11 o'clock today, we'll get a new advisory from NOAA for their updated hurricane season. So that'll be the big news today. So casually watching Middle Atlantic next week. If there were a wave to impact the islands, it would be more Friday, Saturday of the following week. The Gulf does not seem like anything. So all those pictures going around. Jason, that's a good question. How could we see a good path? We might have it here. Let's see if this is, nope, he took it off. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. How would I see? I don't know. I'll look for a good site that has the actual path. Sometimes, believe it or not, sometimes Wikipedia has it. It's crazy that people. So let's see if it's on there yet. Sometimes they put their. It's not. You just can't zoom in on it very well though. But there's a track officially. It's not really. You can't really zoom in though. So I'll try to find a more high resolution track of the actual eye and where it went. This is it. This is ECE. Let's pull it up. Bring it up. Oh, it's really little there. We need high resolution. Oh well, it's gone. But anyway, we tracked it all the way from Africa to Canada. That is a track. That's a lot of salt. Hi, baby. Where, Louie? It's impossible, man. The kids have food. They're not coming. And this is the saltiest bacon I think I ever had in my life. Oh my God. What do they put on here? All right, I got to go. So, hey, listen, guys, we won't be live tomorrow. Maybe the weather will change by Monday. But enjoy the break. 3 days. Right? Casper, send me the link, man. That'd be cool. I know it's out there somewhere. Thank you, Roger. So, yeah, a little lull. It's good. Lull's a good thing. So, be good. We'll upload this. Hang out in the chat room. Try to get some work done. See ya. I'm getting a look. Something's wrong.
No, I was just waiting for you to get done.
Oh, bye.
Rather than just leave.